it seem to be they were shooting at random, or were they targeting a particular
No, because
group?
it was like a Jewish party. So they just came and they shoot everybody that was there. So only Jewish was there, so they got all shoot.
What do you remember? What were you doing at the beach? What do you remember as it
I
unfolded?
was about to get something to eat, to work, to chill. Then I see dead people. I've never seen that in my life. I don't know. It's just traumatizing.
What did you do? Did you, when you first heard the shots, what did you do?
I just seen the people running away. I didn't know that it was like a shooting. Yeah. Like at first I heard some bang bang, but I was like, maybe that's fireworks, even though there is no fireworks. Because I'm not used to, I'm not too used to hear this kind of sound. So yeah, that was kind of traumatizing.
How long did it last, the sounds?
I don't know.
What did you do when it happened?
Huh?
What did you do?
I was trying to see why people they were in the ground. So I tried to help as good as I can. So like one woman, she was crying a lot and she was like yelling, and I was like, "Do you need help?" And then one of her friends, she asked me if I had water. So I went around to see if I can get some water to help her. I'm not ambulance, so I cannot do much. So I gave her water. That's it.
How would you describe how everyone else reacted? What was it like down there?
All the traumatizing like that, and they cried. But also the most traumatizing thing is like to see kids. Like it was like a woman. She was on the ground with her like a kid. She was like maybe 2 years old, and the other one she was 5 or 6. And I think that's the one who is 6 years old. She got injured on the leg. I don't know about the baby, but the baby she was also crying. And
Yeah, so we're sitting on the grass, and there was about 6 shots that sounded like fireworks, but then they didn't stop, and they kept going for about 2 to 3 minutes, about 40 to 50 shots, and then stopped for about 10 seconds, and there was just another 2 shots.
Where were the shots coming from?
From the end of North Bondi, where the car park is.
North Bondi. And you reckon 50 shots?
40 shots easily around. I said 30 to 40, she reckons more.
Right.
So, yeah.
And
as you can see with the police coming in.
And did you see anybody hit?
I didn't see anyone hit, I just seen everyone running.
Right. How do you feel?
Shaken.
Yeah. Wow. How long ago did this happen?
Half an hour ago now, I think. 25 minutes ago, and the cops are still coming in.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
A lot of shaken people.
Yeah.
Foreign workers killed, German people were killed, like Argentina, everywhere they were killed. And what did Australia do? Our government, Albanese and Penny Wong, gave $25 million to Gaza. Why? To make Hamas stronger and to show people locally that it's okay to kill people. There's the shooting stuff happening. Not only kids, adult, elderly people came here to see. It's a kids' party. Hanukkah is primarily for kids. This person who went there, he knew what he was doing.
Can you talk to me about like the moments of the shooting? So when did you realize?
When I realized, when I saw a dead person. When other people start seeing a dead person, when everybody realized it's not a joke. This is like 7th of October. This is like Nova Festival in Israel. This is exactly how it is. That's what people on the Nova Festival, young people who came to have fun. That's what they have experienced. Exactly the same. The terrorists came and killed them. The death came to Australia. This is a Nova Festival massacre in Australia.
So I'm a photographer and doing the instant magnet photos during the event. We're taking photos of all the guests during the event, and then we just print it instantly on a magnet, and then they take it home. So I was there with my photographer doing that and just capturing the happy moments of everyone, all the families and the kids. And then finally we heard that loud noise and everyone thought it's probably fireworks. And then 2 seconds after I heard another bang, and then I realized there was like a glass bottle next to me, which snapped. And that moment I realized that it's not fireworks, something's happening there. Yeah, someone is shooting on us. And I just turned around and jumped over the fence and ran as fast and far as I could. And yeah, I went to the beach, ran all the way to the beach and then to the water. And there were like thousands of people also all over there. And then no one really understood what's going on. And I just kept shouting and tell people, run, go back, go back. unfortunately, as soon as I realized what's going on and I looked around and I saw like people getting shot and falling down, and I decided that I will just turn around and go away as far as I can and won't look on any of that, because I was pretty useless. I couldn't really help with anything, and we didn't even know where it's coming from, the shooting. So I just did that instantly. Look, everyone here in telling for a while, basically since October 7 happened and everything that happened afterwards, that something would happen. One day something would happen. If they won't do anything about it, and you have small incidents here and there and in Victoria and everywhere, something big will happen one day. Like it will explode, and they have to, something have to be done, because if not, this is where we're going to go. So I think everyone is in shock, but on the other hand, everyone kind of assumes something like that would happen if they're not, the Albanese or any of the government member will do something about it. Yeah, they feel terrible, and everyone knows each other here. It's like a small community, and everyone knows everyone. And everyone, I would say everyone is in shock and scared and worried, and they don't know what's going to happen next, because we kind of always felt safe here in Sydney and in Australia, and not anymore. If something like that can happen, anything can happen. I'm in shock. I'm still in shock, actually. Like, I just think and grateful that I survived that, and I'm fine. But I still can't believe that it happened, and I was in it and in the middle of it, and I'm really worried about my photographer, which I still can't reach 4 hours, 5 hours later. I keep calling him and texting him, and I really hope that he's okay, and maybe just lost his phone, or I don't know, just hope for good. Both me on my computer and him on his camera, we have all the photos of the guests that we've been taking during the event, and I think this is something very important to reach and get at some point, but I don't know. I have no idea how can I get my computer and all the other gear that I left behind there. Just need to digest it and recover, and just see how we go next. What will happen next? Like, I don't really know. I would be really worried and terrified now, taking my wife or kids, all of them, to places where we usually go and where we usually meet other Israelis or Jewish people, and it doesn't feel safe anymore.
There is sorrow and rage here at Bondi, Australia's most iconic beach, where police say last night 2 armed gunmen killed at least a dozen people who were attending a Hanukkah by the Sea celebration. Authorities have said this was a deliberate act of anti-Semitic terrorism. Normally this beach would be crowded on a sunny summer day like this with sunbathers and surfers, but there's really only a few dozen people down on the sand. Farther back from the beach, there is a growing memorial of flowers for the dead, and also a growing sense of frustration amongst the Jewish community, many of whom are saying that authorities ignored warning signs that an attack like this was imminent. Today I've been speaking with eyewitnesses, people who lived through the horror of last night, and their stories are really heartbreaking. There was one young mother who spoke of how she had to throw herself on top of her 5-year-old son and hide under a table for around 20 minutes as the gunshots rang out. The man next to her was shot in the chest and unfortunately died from his injuries.
They were about to begin we're on the eve of the Jewish holiday of Hanukkah, known as the Festival of Lights, and there was about to be a public menorah lighting, the first night of the Jewish holiday, and the gunmen were just shooting at those who were there present for the menorah lighting. As far as I understand from somebody who was there, he says that there were 12 people who he saw who unfortunately were killed. There has been a terrible amount of anti-Semitism in the world right now, and we felt a lot of that here too. And unfortunately, when we allow things like that to go unchecked, these are the things that inevitably do happen.
So me and my friends were sat on the hill at North Bondi, and we were just like chilling, watching the sunset, and then we heard the gunshots, but we weren't sure initially what it was. And then one of my mates was like, "Oh, that's definitely gunshots. And then we saw people start to run, and I think after that, then everyone started to scatter. Like the beach cleared in like 30 seconds, and everyone was like hiding or running towards North Bondi basically, because that was the easiest way to get away from it from what we could see. But yeah, it was a bit. No one really knew what was going on at first, and it was a bit confusing. But then, yeah, after that, I think everyone realized something was really wrong. I thought it was fireworks initially. You just don't expect this sort of thing at all on Bondi, or like generally in life, to be honest, but especially on Bondi. So we were just a bit confused. But then, obviously, as the gunshots kept firing, we knew that it was something seriously wrong. And then the police responded pretty quickly. Like we heard the sirens not that long after. But I think what was the most like shocking was how long the gunfire lasted. Like the shots were going on for ages, like multiple minutes, it felt like. As I said, I went up the hill to kind of look over, but we couldn't see it, but the gunshots were really near us in terms of how loud they were. So yeah, it was scary. As I said, it was just a kind of like get out of there moment. It's hard to say how you feel at the time because you're not really thinking about it in terms of like a logical thought process. But yeah, it was definitely a sort of we need to not be here because, as I said, the gunshots were really loud. Like you could tell they were in a fairly close proximity. So then you're like, we've got to go kind of thing.
I jumped out of a window and I just was like, where's my family? And then we were running up behind me. And we could just hear the gunshots and they're just so loud. And we didn't know which way that they were shooting. So we were like running on the open road. And I just like images are just like flashing. I'm like, I just need to get my family safe. So we're just running with heaps of people. I'm devastated. It's just like unbelievable. You just don't think that would happen here in this community. Like, still, I don't believe it's happened. I feel like it's a dream or something because it doesn't feel real.
Amazing bravery and the kindness that people are showing. That guy that could have been so much worse who got the gun off the guy. Amazing. He's a legend.
Yeah, just races. You don't know who's safe, and it's sad now because I'm walking home and I'm looking at people differently, and I'm like, I don't know if I trust you anymore, and I'm scared of anyone that I don't know. And that's just such a horrible feeling because we're such a tight community.
Beautiful community.
When I heard the gunshot, I thought it just fireworks. So I just come closer just because I was a bit not in the center. So I just come to the center, like, and look around, like what, and then I see people moving around. So I hear like five shotting, and then I didn't think it's a fire. It's a gunfire. So I just come closer to look what happened, and then I see someone on the ground with the blood. And that moment, I realized it's terror attacks against Jewish people. And so that's what I realized. And in that moment, I just start running away from the event. So when I look behind me, there was the event. So when I saw the event, I saw someone injured on the ground with the blood. It looked like on his neck, like it was like 10 meters from me. So in that moment, when I see that, I just run. So I didn't look behind. So I didn't see any shooter, and I didn't see any more injured people. The event was very happy moments. Like I have opportunity to meet the Jewish communities in Sydney. I love to meet the Jewish communities, and it was a good opportunity for me to meet the Jewish people. So it was very nice to see. Not right now, actually. Still want to stay in Sydney, but I was thought to go, for example, to Friday night to celebrate with the Jewish people, like in a community. I think I'm not going to go to Jewish places right now. I feel not so secure to go to the Jewish synagogue or something like that.